15 money mistakes that keep you poor. You know every day you choose if you'll be rich or poor in the future, sometimes knowingly and other times totally unintentionally. This is the only video on this topic you'll ever need to watch, and by the end of this piece, you'll have a clear idea of what's actually happening and a game plan that'll solve this for you. Let's get to it. 1. Taking bad money advice from poor people. You've been lied to by many generations who have no idea what they're talking about. Growing up, you've been told the key to wealth is to get a well-paying job that pays you a good salary. Society has normalized going into massive debt for education, perpetuating this old lie. The brutal truth: you will not get rich working for someone else. Stop taking advice from people who are not successful. Surround yourself with people who are where you want to go. Remember, you are the average of the 5 people you spend most of your time with. Take responsibility for your situation, even if the game is rigged. Escape the system by developing skills with economic value. 2. Gambling and the lottery. Luck is not a strategy. Nobody's going to save you. Life is a probability game. Rich people focus on improving their chances of making money. Poor people leave it to the universe. Take control of your life and environment until your future becomes predictable. Once you have control, you don't need luck. 3. Spending money on things you want but don't need. Every unnecessary purchase means you've been marketed to. Companies profit from poor people's financial habits. Trying to fill the emotional void of growing up broke keeps people broke. If something is on sale but you don't need it, it's still expensive. Avoid buying into the illusion. 4. Not knowing how much money you spent. Many people complain about not having enough money but don't track where their money goes. Tracking expenses isn't hard, staying poor is. Know where your money is going to avoid unnecessary spending. Awareness is the first step to improving your financial situation. 5. Spending money you don't have on things you can't afford. Debt is modern-day slavery. When you borrow money, someone else owns your time. Only buy what you can afford without hesitation. If you have to ask if you can afford something, you probably can't. Stop borrowing money for unnecessary things. 6. Trying to keep up appearances. People sacrifice their future to impress others they don't even like. The more you think about it, the more foolish it seems. Why do you need to spend $100K on a wedding when you could invest in a business or travel the world with your loved one? Why do you need to have a kid just because your friend had theirs? We're proud people and we don't want to be perceived as inferior, and that's exactly how you end up poor long term. The things that get you out of poverty are the exact opposite direction. Stop playing status games. There's a hidden rule that poor people don't know. The appearance game cannot be won. The second you get up to date, the goalpost moves. What you end up with is called the Red Queen's Race, a concept from Alice in Wonderland where you have to run as hard as you can just to stay in the same place. That is why you can never win this game. You need to keep spending your money just to stay in the exact same place. 7. Having only one source of income. Now, this is where we see some butts clenching up because who can afford to work yet another job? Well, you see, for poor people, working a job is the only way they know how to earn money. And as we established early on, working a job will never make you rich. On top of that, there will always be a ceiling to the number of jobs one can work and, respectively, the amount of money one can earn. Plus, if a car runs you over and you can't go to work for the next 4 months, none of that income is coming in, is it? The math is simple here: the more streams of income you have, the less likely you are to go broke. Research into the distributed wealth of the rich shows that 65% of self-made millionaires had 3 streams of income. 45% had 4 streams of income. 29% had 5 or more streams of income. Poor people earn money only while they're working. It doesn't matter how much money the side hustle brings in as long as it keeps dripping while you're away from your desk. If you're unable to earn money while you sleep, you'll never be rich. The moment you taste the freedom of working for yourself and having multiple income streams, you become unemployable. 8. Wasting money and time on entertainment. When everyone has the same number of hours in a day, the difference in long-term results comes from how many of those hours we use to better ourselves. If you're in your 30s and broke, it's because you procrastinated in your 20s. If you want to be rich every day, spend more time on creation than on consumption. This creates a value-added surplus in your life. Pay attention to what you're creating. Understand the fundamentals of earning while you sleep. Over time, that residual income becomes significant. If you're broke, you can't afford entertainment or to waste time because wasting time is the most expensive thing around. 9. YOLO thinking, short-term versus long-term. Stop sacrificing the future for the present when the present isn't that good. Screw living rich and dying broke. The entire flex culture and living in the moment attitude harm poor parts of society. Fundamentally, poor people buy things that don't hold value. Worse, they pay interest on borrowed money to buy things that depreciate over time. For example, the average car depreciates 63% in 5 years. 10. Not learning how to invest. If what you're lacking is money, why don't you spend time learning how it works? Many assume they understand money because they've seen it, but everything you need to know is available for free. How many of you own at least one stock or invest time daily in education? Start your journey and commit to learning how to build wealth. Number 11. Spending first and hoping there's something left to save or invest when you're done. Poor people tend to do another thing the rich consider backwards. They get money, spend it, and save or invest whatever's left at the end. But as you probably know from your own experience, there's never anything left, is there? That's why 2 out of 3 Americans live paycheck to paycheck. When the rich get paid, a portion of that money goes directly into investments or savings accounts, and then they proceed through the month with whatever's left. This works because the focus is always on increasing income through those investments. Instead, the average person goes on a spending spree, fueled by the rise of social networks. 57% of millennials say they overspend because of something they saw on social media. When you see celebrities going to exotic locations, you start to crave that and associate it with happiness and success. This develops FOMO, fear of missing out, so you spend even more. What most people don't realize is just how fake social media is. We are a sad generation posting happy pictures for internet points. Every experience posted takes away from the actual experience. Everything posted has become an advertisement, if not for other brands, then for your own brand. 12. Paying too much in taxes. It's mind-blowing how poor people are happy when they get a tax refund. That's money you loan to the government with no interest. The government used your money for free. Poor people get taxed differently than the rich. If you're working a job, the state takes taxes directly from your paycheck and you're left with the money to spend. If you're a business, you first get to spend how much money you want and then get taxed on what's left. 13. An unhealthy lifestyle. Almost every unhealthy habit is making you poor. Cigarettes, alcohol, fast food, binge-watching TV, all create financial addiction, taking money directly out of your pocket. They also serve as a domino effect on everything else in your life. Being unhealthy affects your performance, making you less likely to get a promotion and more likely to face expensive health problems. Poor lifestyle choices are costing you financially and physically. 14. Wanting money to be easy and fast. For some reason, the idea of progressive income growth doesn't resonate with poor people. They dream of a big score or hitting it big, rather than building wealth steadily. This mindset traps them in get-rich-quick schemes or multi-level marketing scams. Remember, there are no get-rich-quick schemes, only someone getting rich off of you. Making money legally and sustainably takes time and effort but is far more achievable than illegal ventures. 15. Staying poor is a choice. Thinking of yourself as poor and incapable of wealth keeps you poor. While you can't control where you're born or your initial circumstances, at some point, your choices determine your future. It's up to you to work hard, keep learning, and improve. As Bill Gates once said, if you were born poor, it isn't your fault, but if you die poor, that's on you. Thanks for watching, and if you've watched this video to this stage, type in the comment section, "I'm rich."